Hi there guys, it's DaethBringa Cain here again, bringing you another 40k Bat report. This time it is the Eldar versus Imperial Fists, being commanded by my good friend Adam. Right, so we've rolled up the scenario. It is the relic, and we've rolled up a 12-inch deployment as well. We haven't yet decided to go who goes first yet, but so I'll give you an overview of the terrain and where the relic is in the centre of the board. And then we'll go over the armies. Okay guys, let's give a look at the terrain. So, we've got a ruin in this corner over here, ruin there. Adam has gone for a just defence line with a quad gun. We've got a weapons stash in front of that, a large hedge, and then over here we've got another large hedge. A ruined building, a parking garage, which we're just using as a ruin. So we can't really get inside, there's no 5 points inside, so there's no point going inside it, so you can climb on top of it. And over here we've got a dilapidated bunker, which is 12 all round. It's got 2 fire points in the front and 1 on the side. And a pair of craters over here to round off this side of the terrain. Now the relic is there, smack bang in the middle. We're going to have some nice bloody battle over this. So we'll go over the forces. You may have seen some glimpses of them, but we'll be back in a second to go over them. Right guys, just go over the Eldar army I'm taking. It's 1500 points. It's being led by a Spirit Seer, which comes in use to make these Wraithguard troops, which have gone for the D-Sives. He's rolled up a Conceal and Psychic Streak from the Runes of Battle and Telepathy disciplines. They're mounted in the Wave Serpent with scat lasers and shuriken cannons, and also a hollow field. I've got 3 Warwalkers as a bit of heavy support with a Star Cannon and scat laser each. I've got the old Wraith Knight with Sun Cannon and scat laser and the shield. I can't remember what it's called, sorry guys. Another troop choices, I've got 2 units of 6 Rangers and 1 unit of 5. Bit of more heavy support, I've got 4 Dark Reapers, upgraded for the Starshot missiles, and the X-Archer got a Reaper, an Eldar missile launch even, sorry. And then finally I have, and that has flak missiles as well. And then finally there's 9 Warp Spiders. I love these guys, they bounce around all over the place, so they're going to do some harassing. So, that's the Eldar 1500 points. On to the Imperial Fist to tell you about his army.
Okay, well this is the Imperial Fist then. First of all, there is a little bit of proxying here, and I will apologise for the unpainted models. This has been my long-time army well over 10 years, and there are models in this army in varying different states of painting standards as I improve my technique for doing yellow. So I'm leading with Master of the Forge, who rolled up a Warlord trait of a 12-inch leadership bubble. I've got 3 10-man tactical squads all lined up there. None of the sergeants have anything other than a chainsaw, despite what the models might have. We've got Missile and Plasma in one squad, Plasma and Plasma in another squad, and we've got just a single grav gun in this squad, which is helpfully proxied by that melter gun there. I have 2 Devastator squads. This one has 3 las cannons and a missile launcher. This one has nothing. They're going to be going on the quad gun. Then I have 5 Stern Guard with 2 melter guns and 3 combi melters, who are going to be travelling in style in a drop pod. Got 1 Whirlwind. And again, a little bit of imagination required here. These are 2 land speeders. They both actually have the missiles, except it's just this one which, sorry, excuse for them, is falling apart at the moment, needs some work. And then just for a bit of air support, I decided to bring along, for its first game, my Storm Talon here. So that's the armies. Back to you with deployment in a little while.
Right guys, we've finished deploying. The Dark Reapers have occupied the bunker. They're actually inside here, but they're actually just so as somewhere to put them. They'll put them on top of the building. The Rangers have infiltrated on top of the garage, on top of the ruins, middle floor, next floor of the ruins. The War Walkers have scouted out the ruins around the side to get some fire lanes on the guys over there. The Wave Serpent is hiding behind the garage. Wraith Knight taking cover by the building, and the Warp Spider's behind the hedge ready to do some shenanigans. And over here, Adam, do you want to explain what you've got?
Yeah, I've got the Devastator squad here with no heavy weapons manning the quad gun to take advantage of their tank hunters. Got one big tactical squad spread out here so the Wraith Knight can't get as many of them at once.
Right.
Got my Land Speeder squadron sneakily hiding behind here.
Very sneaky.
I've got my Warlord right in the middle, joined to a combat tactical squad here, and his leadership bubble extends out, covering everything bar the guys up here, and the Whirlwind, which is largely irrelevant. We've got tactical squad here, which is split here into two combat squads, so the split's just about here.
Okay, one side's got the plasma cannon, you can see.
We've got the plasma cannon there, plasma gun, and sergeant in the other half.
Very good.
Then the Devastators split between two floors again, so blasts can't take out the whole unit.
Very good, very good. And you've got like a small squad up there as well.
Small combat squad here, the other half of the one the Warlord's attached to.
Yeah.
There's just a missile launcher here. And then of course the Stern Guard waiting patiently in their pod. And the Storm Talon waiting patiently off in the airspace somewhere over here.
And the Wraith Guard and the Spirit Seer are in the Wave Serpent. Okay guys, Adam, are you going to try and seize the initiative?
I'm going to try.
He does!
Boom!
Well, that's just wrecked things. Alright guys, we'll be back soon with Imperial Fists turn 1.
Well, it's been an unexpectedly good turn for me. I've had, moving from left to right, we had the Stern Guard show up in their drop pod. It scattered 10 inches to the wrong side, but they were still able to get where I wanted them. They tried firing some poison shots through at the Wraith Knight, but it made all its saves. The quad gun over here was able, despite where the drop pod had inconveniently landed, to actually still get line of sight through itself and on either side of itself, and was able to, I think it got one of the War Walkers.
Yep. And
the Land Speeders hopped out, didn't immobilise themselves, and helped finish off another one with their crack missiles. The large strung out squad here just sidled forwards and didn't really do very much in terms of shooting. The real stars of the turn were this Devastator squad here, who, seeing that they didn't really have many good lines of sight to the Wraith Knight, turned round, blew open that bunker, caused about 14 different hits on the Dark Reapers that were inside it, and managed to kill a lot of them through the building collapse. And that was the most eventful thing that happened really. The other shooting didn't really do anything except
kill
off
one ranger.
So that's it, that's the end of my turn 1.
Right, and we'll be back in a second after Eldar turn 1. Right, after losing the initiative, turn 1 went alright. The Wave Serpent advanced from behind the building and tried to unload on the Land Speeders, only managing to strip one hull point off with 7 hits. The War Walker managed to strip a hull point off the other Land Speeder because he could only see one, so we've got 2 Land Speeders firing over 1 hull point. He then ran behind the building to hide. The Rangers had a better job of it, managing to snipe out the grav gun from his tactical squad and kill 2 guys with reddening precision, which also resulted in the squad being pinned with a mighty double 6-speed roll for the leadership test. The Warp Spiders managed to kill one off with also managed to lose one of their numbers to the warp jump by rolling double. Killed one of the tactical marines and then jetpacked behind the hedge. The Wraith Knight killed 2 of the drop body and assaulted Stern Guard. Killed 2 with shooting, charged in, fluffed his attacks a bit, and then only killed 2, leaving 1 alive, who then passed his morale check, so we're locked in combat and cannot be shot, thankfully. So that's it. We were unable to exact revenge on the Devastator squad with the las cannons, despite numerous attempts. So we're on to Imperial Fists turn 2. So do you want to roll, see if you're
Storm Talon.
Turns up, yep.
Yep, okay. We'll do that live.
Yep. It's an important roll, guys. See what happens. It doesn't.
It does not show up.
Okay, so
dear.
Imperial Fist turn 2 in a second. Right, Imperial Fist turn 2. Do you want to go over what happened?
Bit less successful in the first turn, but a few highlights. The squad obviously did nothing because they were stuck there. The land speeders were awful. They, after managing to survive an absolute burst of fire last turn with only a whole point lost each, they hovered over here to punish the warp spiders. 4 frag missiles hit, scattered off massively. Heavy bolters as well added to that mix, and they managed to kill 1 warp spider. So not impressive for the land speeders here. More impressive was the combined shooting at the rangers that were stood here, reducing them to 1 person, and then
I believe that
bravely ran away.
Yeah, that was the whirlwind that's hidden behind the building that did that. A mighty 11-inch ran by the ranger, who will require double ones to rally next turn.
And pretty much every heavy weapon in my army, Devastator or not, went after the Wave Serpent, which is, you'll notice, still there.
Yep, with two hull points taken, and it's also stunned.
But this was only possible really because of the Imperial Fists getting tank hunters for free.
Yes.
Had it been any other army, it would probably be completely unharmed at the moment.
Yeah, a lot. 2 failed cover saves, unfortunately, got through, and also failed to knock the penetrating hit down to a glance.
That was a surprise.
Yes.
But apart from that, I've continued to steadily advance towards the objective, and this squad is now officially unpinned.
Yeah,
so
and the Wraith Knight finished off in spectacular style with the last Stone Guard.
Yes.
So we'll be on to Eldar turn 2, and we'll be back to give you a report in a second. So we had a Eldar turn 2. It went quite well, I think. The Wraith Knight advanced up, jumping over here, and Sun Cannoned the tactical squad here advancing here, managed to kill all but one of them. Unfortunately, the last guy with the plasma gun, who the one I really wanted to kill, is the one who survived. The warp spiders jumped forward, losing yet another member to the warp. And managed to obliterate the 2 land speeders that were damaged already, and then proceeded to run and then jump back. The War Walker is started to play peekaboo, came out, killed the Devastator, then ran back. The Wave Serpent, being on its last legs, decided to unleash a fury and fire everything it had at the Devastators. Snapped firing, luckily managed to kill 2, the 2 it could see. And the sergeant passed his test. The warp fighters then and the snipers. What did the snipers do? I don't think they did anything.
Very little.
Very little. They may have helped out to kill the Devastators, but I can't remember. Don't think so.
I made all my 3+ cover saves from the bolts.
And then the warp fighters made using an assault move to high burn hedge again. So that's Eldar turn 2. Imperial Fists are ready to go. So, should we see if your flyer turns up?
We will. Here we go again.
3 up this time? Well, yep,
it does.
It will be turning up.
Finally.
So we'll be back in a bit after turn 3. Right, Imperial Fists turn 3. What happened, Adam?
Well, not much really, just moved Devastator Sergeant across here because there's nothing much more he could do. He managed to climb down from both levels and run out this far. Most of my shooting didn't really do much despite my best efforts. The Storm Talon finally arrived and
came screaming on and
managed to get a whole point off the War Walker using its turret
mounted assault cannon. Blew off a gun as well.
But had to go without the last cannons to do that to get the
angle. He took the Starkin off the War Walker. The Whirlwind tried for a sneaky one on the War Walker as well, but missed and landed on the Wave Serpent. But thankfully, wasn't high enough to penetrate from my point of view.
I think also it was on the wrong level as well. It wasn't ground level.
Well, it didn't matter anyway, so we won't worry about that. The squad there advanced a bit.
Hiding into cover a bit
behind
here.
the wreck land speeders.
Plasma gunner here contributed very little there because his shooting wasn't good enough to do anything to the Wraith Knight. The drop pod failed to pick off the warp spider. So far, the only source of warp spider deaths has been their own warp jumping, and that has pretty much been it. The squad in the building here managed to get the 6 inches they needed to drop down.
Yeah, and did manage to snap fire a shot at the wave serpent hit, but failed to penetrate. The quad cannon, shooting through the Wraith Knight's legs, did manage to hit the glance and penetrate the wave serpent 3 times, but thanks to the unit in the way and hollow field, it managed to save all the glances and penetrates against it, so it's still alive. So, anything else?
No, that is everything. It wasn't very much. I'm running out of bodies at the moment.
Yep, they've slowly advanced towards the relic, but it's not looking good for them with a Wraith Knight standing right next to them. Okay guys, Eldar turn 3, and we'll be back to tell you what happened after that. Right, Eldar turn 3 went quite well. The Warwalker advanced here and tried to shoot the flyer down, but unfortunately missed. The now mobile skimmer, after being stunned for a turn, managed to look quite surprised to have survived. Managed to skim over here without crashing, thankfully. The warp spiders did some more shenanigans and killed some more marines. The snipers took out the lone plasma gunner, and the Wraith Knight did his business, took a wound off the gun was shooting by accident, but the others went to ground behind the barricade to receive a 2+ cover save, which they all passed, and then the Wraith Knight charged in and killed 2 guys with no wounds in return. They managed to pass the test though for their goodness, and so I'm locked in combat, and the warp spiders assault moved and ran back over here. So that's the end of turn 3 for the Eldar. We're back with, after the turn 4 for Imperial Fists, so see you then. Right then, Imperial Fist turn 4. Let's go over what happened.
Well, as you can see, a load of yellows suddenly come out of the woodwork here, making the final charge towards the relic. And as you can see, I'm currently holding the relic, although if you can see what's nearby, I'm not going to have it for very long. The wave serpent's gone, the storm talon dropped to hover mode, spun round and blasted it in the rear armour.
Yep.
I did try and get a crack missile hit on it, but he made his cover save, so sadly I wasn't able to blow it open with that and then shoot at the juicy contents with it instead. And apart from that, I've peppered them with bolter shots, but because they're in cover with conceal active at the moment, the wreckage of the vehicle should be here, so they're basically on a 2+ cover save at the moment. That Spirit Seer is not helping me out very much. Over here, I've kept the Wraith Knight fighting by throwing the final Devastator Sergeant in, so he's now in combat with 2 separate sergeants. And he only squished 2, so he's going to be stuck there for his next shooting phase, which is exactly what I wanted. And over here, the drop pod finally gets its man and gets one of the warp spiders. So mixed bag, still everything to play for as we move into Eldar turn 4.
4, yep. Okay guys.
5. I wish it were 5.
Yep. Turn 4 coming up for Eldar, so we'll have a report at the end of that turn, guys. Right guys, it's just had Eldar turn 4. Been very successful. The Wraith Guard have fanned out from the wreckage. Successfully cast Psychic Shriek on the Master of the Forge unit, but it did naff all because I rolled a total of 6 on 3 dice. But thankfully the Wraith Guard got 14 hits with their D-Sives and managed to wipe out the unit with all the wounds they caused there, so including the Master of the Forge, which is now a Warlord point. The Warp Spiders jumped up, killed the 2 guys with the relic, and have then done run and assault move over here to be more of a threat. the War Walker popped over, had us pop at the hovering Storm Talon. Only managed to glance it though, so we took a whole point off, leaving it with 1, but it's still active. Snipers decided to outdo themselves a bit, and did they? Or maybe they killed one guy, didn't they?
They killed one guy in the end, yeah.
But somewhere, from somewhere, I think it was over here.
It was a squad here, yeah.
Yeah, we got a rending hit on the guy who didn't manage to duck behind a Wraith Guard. And Wraith Knight managed to kill one of the 2 sergeants attacking him, but he's still locked in with the other one, who failed his test, but due to the Space Marines, they shall no fear rule, stayed where he was when he got caught, when he was run down. So we're still locked in combat there. And then in the shooting phase, the War Walker pedalled back a bit to keep his dead friends company. So it's looking quite promising as we go into Imperial Fists turn 5, but still no one has the relic, so it's all to play for, even though I'm looking like I have Line Breaker as well with the Wraith Knight. So guys, we're back after Imperial Fists turn 5. Right then, Imperial Fist turn 5, so what happened?
Well, as you can see, I've not got much left here, but the Storm Talon stayed hovering, tried to take a few pot shots at the Wraith Guard, and actually managed to kill one of them through shooting.
Yep, it's also moved slightly, so
it moved ever so slightly, yeah. But the upshot of all that was that basically I managed to take off, was it 2 or 3 Wraith Guard from shooting? 2. 2 of them. He then got about 12 or so hits with his scythes when I declared a charge against them, and I lost all bar 1 in the squad.
It was 7 hits, but never mind.
We took a morale check for him and he passed it, so he charged in, took a battering, but he's still alive, which is all I would ask from him really, because now they're over here instead of over there.
Yep.
And they're stuck there for his turn.
And the Wolf Fighters also took a few casualties but managed to pass the morale. Yep. But the big story of the turn was the Wraith Knight is still
fluffed all 4 attacks.
Yeah, missed all 4 attacks. Yes.
And so this sergeant here, who missed his as well, but again, it's over here and it's not going to be shooting.
There's only so much ducking and weaving you can do.
The Whirlwind has proved its worth.
Yeah, by killing the
2 Warp Spiders.
2 Warp Spiders. Yep.
Nearly getting a Wraith Guard, although he passed his save. And we have worked out that the amount of stuff that this thing's dealt with has more than made up for its cost. So,
yep.
As we move into Eldar's turn 5, I'm feeling that I've probably lost it anyway because of Line Breaker. There's no way I'm shifting this thing here. But it's not going to be a complete washout, provided the game finishes fairly swiftly now.
Right guys, we'll be back after the Eldar's turn 5. Right guys, just had turn 5 for Eldar. Well, it was highs and lows. The War Walker popped out again, managed to take the last hull point off the Storm Talon. So it's now wrecked, with it being in hover mode. The snipers, prior to the War Walker shooting it, tried as well, but they failed. The Warp Spiders, there we go. Warp Spiders.
It's only your own army.
Yeah, it's only my own army. It jumped over here, killed 1 or 2 tactical marines from this squad, and but passed the test, so Assault moved over here. And Assault phase, and the War Walker hit again, just in case he decides to fire a crack missile at me. The Wraith Knight finally killed that meddling sergeant, so he's now free to do things if there's another turn. And we're ineffectual in combat here again, so he's held me up again. So
more importantly, it means they can't fall back to get nearer the objective.
Yeah, so we're on to a potential turn 6, so I'm going to roll now.
Sorry, consolidate, obviously.
Yeah. So see if we get turn 6, guys. Yes, we do.
We do, it's a 6 there.
Yep, so we'll be back after an Imperial Fist turn 6. Right then, Adam, Imperial Fist turn 6, let me go over what happened.
Yeah, well, the Whirlwind just nudged itself round slightly and just aimed directly at that row of Warp Spiders and picked off another one. Scattered, but didn't quite get one of these guys in the combat as well. The drop pod picked off another, so that warp spider is on his own, but he's brave and he's not going anywhere.
It's return of Bob the warp spider.
Yeah. These guys managed to get a double 6 for a difficult terrain check. Obviously had to sort of conga line here because of distance between the guys, owing to people being shot earlier. So they tried to get an assault off on here to throw themselves into combat and delay these guys. Got a double 1 for their distance, so lost their opportunity to shoot as well there. And then, against all expectations, this person made every save he was asked to make and is still there. So again,
and he's also not killed anyone yet either. So
he's not killed anyone, but he doesn't need to. His job has been to stop you getting on the objective, and he's done it.
Okay, so we'll be back after Eldar turn 6. Right, guys, Eldar turn 6. From what's left, we pinged off one of the guys with a sniper rifle. It was one guy was just in range, so we got rid of him. Took 2 units of snipers to do it. The combined weight of fire from the War Walker and the Wraith Knight managed to get rid of that pesky whirlwind. Glanced to death. And finally, we killed the guy who was holding us up, but only got a 2 on the consolidation roll, so we're far away from that relic and picking it up. Decided against charging with the warp spider, just so he has to kill it himself rather than getting shot on the way in. Right, guys, it's now see if we get a turn 7, which we do. So we're back in a bit with turn 7. Okay, guys, we just had Imperial Fists turn 7. Adam, what happened?
Well, I had a tough choice to make between standing there with a crack missile and a bolter, and my remaining firepower being those 2 and 2 shots from a storm bolter over here, and trying to kill 3 Wraith Guard. And the choice was either to come around and charge them to try and repeat the trick of holding them up and brave the auto hits from their sides there, or to try and stand where I am, have absolutely no chance of stopping them if I fail to kill them all. And it's really an all or nothing sort of gambit, really. And I went for the all, got the nothing. Moved my guys round there.
Yep, ignoring Bob the warp spider.
Yep. A couple of pistol shots at them which failed to hit. The storm bolter managed to wound twice, but they made their saves. So you know, last ditch attempt. I did have hope for a moment then that I wouldn't take as many flamer hits, but then they got 10 hits on me with their Overwatch, and that was easily enough to get rid of me.
Okay, guys.
So, worth the risk, I think, but didn't pay off. So we've got a turn 7 for Eldar, and we can see what's going to happen here. Is they're going to probably?
I think we're going to do that live and see if we within 6 inches of the relic, guys. Yes, we are.
Yes, they are. So the relic is picked.
Guy goes there, picks up the relic, and then the game ends there, guys. So, end result: 3 points to the relic, 1 for Linebreaker, and 1 for Slay the Warlord. So we got Linebreaker with the Wraith Lord hiding there, and Bob the Warp Spider possibly there, but never mind. Yep, so it's 5, and he got First Blood, that's 1 point, so it's 5-1 overall. So, Adam, what would you say, which was the unit in my list that you thought did the best?
Well, the Warp Spiders were very good. The ability to jump around all over the place, even despite the fact they killed a couple of their own. This thing was a pain, as it always is, but I had sort of more or less planned to ignore it. And really, I think it was just the fact that these guys were troops and so tough, and I didn't manage to shoot them out of their transport a bit earlier. I was really hoping to strand them on top of the building for a turn. Yeah,
very almost did. They almost got stranded on top of the building. Okay, out of your army, what would you say was your best performing unit?
Difficult to say. I think the Whirlwind did incredibly well. It was the sneaky star. But also I'd say the Devastator squad that pretty much took your Dark Reapers out of the game right at the very start.
Yeah, that was a very, very costly blow, that does. I think you did quite well with the Storm Talon. I think that was quite good for you, but also the Whirlwind, it was also a good touch in my book. It was taking out the Rangers over here, which could have threatened the objective early on, and also taking out a few Warp Spiders. Of my army, I think the War Walker that could did quite well, even though when it started off with his two chums wrecked from turn 1, he still managed on. He hobbled on with one hull point left and one gun, and did quite well. So guys, that's been a 40k bat report from 11th Legion. We'll be hopefully shooting some more in the near future. So thanks for watching, guys. Let us know if you like this video by giving us a thumbs up if you could. Drop a comment below of any comments of what you think we could do better, or anything you liked or didn't like. And thanks for watching. Drop a subscribe if you haven't already. And happy wargaming. Oh, and before we do, the old epic handshake. Yeah, keep the old spirit of comrade friendship up and running. It's only a game. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and check out the other videos. Thanks. Bye.